All right, fifth graders, this is your assignment today for Math by Yourself. After watching this video, you will then do page 31 in your math student workbooks, changing mixed numbers to improper fractions, and you will do as many of those as you can get through. So it's been a while, but let's just go over the difference between a mixed number and an improper fraction. So remembering a mixed number is a whole number plus a fraction. An improper fraction would then be when the numerator is greater than the denominator. So this is what is an improper, and this is a mixed number. So our goal today, fifth graders, is to change, that's not what I meant to do. Okay, you know that that's supposed to be an n, mixed number, is to change these fractions into these fractions. So to do that, we're going to have to follow a couple steps. We've done this before in Unit 1, but it's been a really long time, so I just wanted to review with you before you start on the workbook pages. We're going to have to do some multiplication, so if you don't know these multiplication facts, make sure you have your multiplication table handy and with you to use. So I'm going to go ahead and erase here, and I'm going to do a couple examples from your math student workbook following the steps. So the first thing I'm going to do is write down the steps so that you can keep accessing them. So the first step of changing a mixed number, and these are all mixed numbers, to an improper fraction is to multiply. Well, we'll do this. You are going to always keep the denominator the same. So make sure you have that written down. So the denominator, and I'm just going to abbreviate because I don't want to spend too much time, the same. So at the end of this, your denominator is going to be the same as what you started with. So in this number 1 example, we're working with fifths. So I know at the end of this, I'm going to have fifths to deal with. Okay. Number 2 is that you multiply the whole number, and I'm just going to put whole number times the denominator, okay? So in the problem, 7 3/5, the whole number is going to be 7. And the rule says that I have to multiply the whole number by the denominator. So I know that 7 times 5 equals 35. And then step number 3, I have to add the numerator. Okay, so I'm going to add the numerator. So it goes, so I have 35, the numerator is 3, so I'm going to add 3 to that. I'm keeping the denominator the same, so I'm still with fifths, to end up with 38 fifths as my improper fraction. And that is my answer. So these are equivalent. What that means is that 38 fifths is the same as 7 3/5. I'll erase, and whoop, I'll keep my steps up here. Sorry about that. Okay, so I'm going to keep the denominator the same. Okay, so as I'm looking, I'm going to just scoot this over. So I'm going to do number 2. So this answer right here, fifth graders, is 38 fifths. We just did that one. All right, so now we're going to do 6 5/8. So I'm going to write that here, 6 5/8. Okay, so step number 1 says to keep the denominator the same. So I'm going to still have 8s when I'm done. Step number 2 says I'm going to multiply the whole number by the denominator. So I'm going to be multiplying, step number 2 is going to be 6, this is my whole number, this is my denominator, times 8 over 8. Well, if I know my multiplication facts, if not, I can look at my chart. That equals 48 eighths. Step number 3 says that I need to add the numerator. The numerator is 5. So I'm going to go down. I'm going to scroll, and I will do 48 plus 5 over 8. If I don't know what that is, it is 48 plus 5 is 52 eighths.
Mr. Stevens, would you go to room 15, please? Thank you.
Sorry, excuse the announcement, everyone. Even in my videos, I get announcements. Okay, so the answer to changing this into an improper fraction, the same fraction, just in different form, is 52 eighths. So 6 and 5 eighths is equal to 52 eighths if you're writing it as an improper fraction. So remember to follow the steps, keep the denominator the same, multiply the whole number times the denominator, and then add the numerator, and then you'll end up with your answer. Sorry for the messy handwriting. It's hard to draw on the whiteboard, but I hope that was helpful. Rewatch if you need additional support.